My name is Anna. When I was 20 years old, I met John. He was kind. We shared a deep connection and spent every day together, talking about dreams and our future plans. I believed we would always stay together, never imagining that everything could change so suddenly. One day, we had a huge argument, a misunderstanding that completely changed our relationship forever. After that fight, we stopped meeting. I waited for him, hoping he would return someday. But he never came back. I felt heartbroken, confused, wondering if he ever loved me. A few weeks later, I found out I was pregnant. My emotions became overwhelming and uncontrollable. I felt scared, anxious, and uncertain about what to do next in this difficult situation. I decided to write to John, informing him about the pregnancy, hoping he would respond. But he never did. He ignored my messages completely, leaving me feeling abandoned and alone. Time passed, and I gave birth to a beautiful baby girl who became my world. However, life became even harder when I discovered that my daughter had a serious illness. The doctors explained that she required long-term medical treatment, which was extremely expensive and unaffordable. I had no job, and I struggled daily to pay for her necessary medical expenses. Every night, I cried, wondering how I would take care of my sick child. My parents helped me as much as possible, but their support alone wasn't enough. Desperate for help, I contacted John again, not with anger but simply asking for support. At first he refused, acting as though he had no responsibility for his own daughter. Eventually, after a long time, he agreed to pay only $100 a month for support. This amount was far too little to cover her essential treatments and medical care. Years passed, and I focused on raising my daughter with love, strength, and dedication. One day, while browsing the internet, I unexpectedly saw John's picture and was shocked. He had become a famous millionaire, admired and respected by thousands of people worldwide. He was married with 2 children, a son and a daughter, living a luxurious, extravagant life. He bought his wife an expensive car worth $350,000 and a house worth $750,000. He posted pictures of his lavish lifestyle, showing off his wealth without any concern. Seeing this broke my heart. I wondered why he couldn't help his sick daughter. Why did my daughter have to suffer while he enjoyed wealth, luxury, and endless comfort? I decided to send him another message, explaining our daughter's medical condition once again. But this time, instead of replying, he blocked me completely, leaving me feeling hopeless. I couldn't remain silent any longer. I decided to share my heartbreaking story publicly. I revealed that John was my daughter's father and only paid $100 in child support. I explained how our daughter was suffering while her wealthy father ignored her completely. The news spread quickly, shocking people everywhere who couldn't believe John's true selfish nature. His reputation suffered. People criticized him, questioning how a millionaire could neglect his child. How can he buy luxuries but refuse to help his own sick daughter? They asked. However, I also faced criticism. Some accused me of speaking out because John was rich. They said, "Are you trying to destroy his family now just because he's successful?" Their words hurt me deeply. I cried for many nights, feeling completely lost and broken. I never wanted to ruin anyone's life. I only wanted help for my suffering daughter. Despite all the attention, nothing changed. John remained distant, ignoring our daughter's desperate needs. 2 years passed, and I realized that I needed to focus on my own happiness. I found a new partner, Mark, who was kind, loving, and accepted my daughter wholeheartedly. We got married, built a beautiful life together, and finally started to feel happiness again. Then, something unexpected happened. John contacted me, saying he wanted to see his daughter. I was surprised but agreed, and my husband Mark fully supported my decision completely. We arranged to meet at a park, where John was waiting with gifts and toys. When he saw Emily, he hugged her tightly, crying as he held her close. He looked at me and said, "I am so sorry. I was terribly wrong. I want to make things right," he continued, his voice filled with regretful sincerity. Then, he handed me the keys to a car and a brand new house. "This is for my daughter. Please accept it. I want to care for her." He also gave me a large sum of money, promising to cover all medical expenses. Tears filled my eyes as I listened to his words, feeling overwhelmed and emotional. He had finally realized the importance of being a father and taking responsibility. He also said, "I will change her last name to mine because she is mine." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. After years, he wanted to be involved. Since that day, John has visited Emily regularly and kept all his promises sincerely. My daughter is finally happy, and her health is slowly improving, giving me hope. Life has finally found balance, and I thank God every day for our strength. I have learned that people can change, time heals wounds, and love can grow. Years have passed, and my daughter has grown stronger, healthier, and happier every day. John has changed a lot. One day he admitted, "I regret losing precious years. I missed so many moments, but now I will do everything to make it right." I could see honesty in his eyes as he worked hard to show love. He didn't just offer money. He dedicated time, effort, and genuine care for Emily. One day, John's wife visited me and unexpectedly said, "Thank you for forgiving him." She continued, "John talks about your daughter all the time. She has changed him." I smiled and replied, "We all make mistakes, but fixing them truly matters." Over time, we became friends. She treated my daughter with love and kindness. Our situation wasn't perfect, but it was filled with love, forgiveness, and understanding. Looking back, I realized that everything happens for a reason in life. Pain turns into strength, and mistakes can lead to better choices and personal growth. Today we are all happy. My daughter smiles, and that means everything to me. Life has taught me struggles shape us into stronger, wiser, and more compassionate people. Forgiveness and understanding heal even the deepest wounds, making life more meaningful and peaceful. If my story touched you, please like, subscribe, and share this message of hope. Let's spread love, kindness, and the belief that people can always change for better.